Good morning, good evening, or whatever might apply. Welcome to another session of Chronicles of Darkness, Vampire the Requiem, a Requiem for London. Thank you for sticking with us this long. Tonight's scene will be taking place in a nice, almost cozy bar in the lovely borough of Kingston upon Thames. The Thames is flowing peacefully along out of the city. The moon is out. It's a pleasant enough night, and of course, since it's summer, it isn't that cold. But we are not just here to describe the scenery. What we are here to describe is the fact that four kindred have decided to conspiratorially, maybe not, meet up in this lovely establishment called the Three Roses to have a chat, socialize, and do what vampires do. And with that, dear players, please introduce yourselves.
I'm guessing Chloe will probably receive a text from Marcus just saying, "Hey, wanna hang? You busy tonight?" or something along those lines.
Yeah, he would say, hey, wanna hang? If so, meet me at this place. And he gives an address and a Google Maps link.
She goes, "Oh, thank God there's an address." All right. Orders a cab and looks at Roadkill, who's probably just being a lazy dog tonight, and she's like, "Yeah, you'll be fine," and hops in the cab when it arrives and drive on over.
Yeah. Similar text messages were sent out to one Alicat and to one Mr. Goodman. In Alicat's case, the text was very similar. In Julian's case, there was a bit of an inclusion of an in-joke that the two of them have got going on, but also inviting him to come at a certain place and just to chill and relax a bit from the trials and tribulations of kindred existence. I would say, Julian, you're next.
Julian would respond saying that he will arrive. Excuse me. Moving through the more vacant and uncrowded streets, since his visage is still probably still looked at by definitely the cops for sure. And will be there a bit later than typically he would be.
Fair enough. And I would say next, Alicat.
Yeah, Allie arrives on her motorcycle, parks, and just walks in.
Hey, Ali. And Marcus waves her over. He's in the far back side of the corner, almost a private booth. He seems to be doing fine.
Yeah, she'll walk over and just, plonks her ass down on one of the benches. Sup, Marcus? How are you doing?
Surprisingly well, I have to say. Then again, seems I left the party just before shit hit the fan, so...
the fireworks.
Yep. Just a second. Mm-hmm. Okay. But yeah, hey, I'm glad you can make it. Just thought it couldn't hurt to touch base, see how everyone's doing. You seem to be doing well for yourself tonight.
I mean, mean, it's a fine night to be blood-hunted here.
Mm,
Yeah, kind that brought that on yourselves. From a weak voice coming in.
hey, big brother. Ah, don't be a stranger. And he waves him over.
He walks over. He seems to be, though, moving a bit stilted and almost. Well, I guess it's not almost. It's obvious, though. You think that wouldn't necessarily be possible for Kindred, but he's giving up that scratch that a lot of people have seen in movies from people who aren't getting properly taken care of. He's doing to his left hand.
Yes. Sorry. Chloe will probably walk in at this point, late to the party, but you know, gotta love cabs. Looking around the bar, trying to see if she can find anybody she recognizes. Probably sees Marcus off in the corner and makes her way over.
Mm-hmm.
Well, well. I've heard a lot of
Well,
rumors. And she kind of looks excited to like, oh yes, I want to hear everything. I want to hear all of the things.
oh, I can do you one better. And he produces his cell phone. I recorded some of it.
Oh hell yes, make my night.
And he'll well, actually, before he does that, okay. Fair enough. We are currently at a nice little pub in Kingston upon Thames, officially order-recalled territory, unofficially held by the Carthians. I just quickly wanted to check if all the players are okay with that.
Yeah, that's like one of the few places I'm allowed to be right now.
Very good. Very good.
I was helpful.
Very nice.
God.
But yes, Marcus will look around and notice another fellow entering the bar. Oh, we've got 7. Oh, that's shite. We've got 7 people who want to be in, but only 6 spaces, and I just see that Ali Cat had dropped out.
Who was the last one in, I guess?
Her internet's acting up.
Private chat, my internet okay, fair enough. Thank you for the info, Saskia. Okay, I would say just before Marcus pushes the cell phone over to Chloe, the other characters should introduce themselves.
Oh shit, this is the completely wrong character picture.
Give
me 20 seconds.
I would say, Damien, please intro yourself.
Damien is a lanky, kind of scrappy looking guy. He's not got much meat to his bones. He probably comes in with charity, considering she's like pretty much the only kindred she knows. There's like a few.
Mm-hmm.
There's kind of like an edge to him. It's not like he's hungry or anything. It's more that he's skittish.
And Marcus will say, and Mr. I don't think we've met before. I'm Marcus Hines. Pleasure to meet you. And he stretches out a hand to the newcomer, trying to be genuinely welcoming.
Oh yeah, Damien. How are you?
Hey, pleasure to meet you, Damien. Yeah, feel free. Get comfy. We're really drawing a crowd tonight.
Yeah. I don't know anything
Chloe
about
just
that.
goes, "What do you mean?" and looks over at like anybody else coming in.
Hey, Charlie, how's stuff hanging?
Charlie just kind of like looks, oh gosh, how do I describe it? She looks exhausted and just kind of like gives a small wave, like, well, we're here and that's something.
I can't remember inviting you guys, but then again, you're welcome. Please come. We've got space.
And here I thought you enjoyed the pleasure of my company.
Always, my dear. Come on, don't be a stranger.
She'll walk with Damien over and just like take a seat.
Yeah, I was just planning to show Chloe here my little recording that I did in Elysium while... Oh, you know.
Yeah, after we we made some choices. That was definitely some choices we made, and now we're living with what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Although one thing I have to say, talk about showmanship. I have to give it to the old ringmaster. He knows how to put a show on.
At this moment in time, you know what? Fuck it. Hey, Marcus, I've got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
You have a very specific knife/sword. Do you keep that on your person?
Yes, he's got a sports bag on his knees, and the sword is there.
You will see a figure enter. He is walking with a very clipped step. He has his arms kind of held behind his back. How bright is the lighting in this establishment?
Medium. So it's a soft glow, but it's not bashing down. So. You don't have to avert your eyes or put on sunglasses.
He will casually walk through the people who are there, just kind of sidestepping them with his hands still clasped behind his back. Before he stops, his head kind of cocking to the side, he will say, "I do beg your pardon. Rather awkward question. Are you familiar with how would I phrase this? A rather somber chap by the name of Constantine, perhaps?"
Marcus's cheerful demeanor just melts away as that is mentioned, and he just very slowly puts up two fingers. Guys,
and because Chloe is hurt, just turn.
Yeah.
Charlie
Guys?
just kind of sighs.
Yeah. Marcus just says, "Guys, if I can have 2 minutes. After that, feel free to bring on your interview. May I ask a name, good sir?"
Oh, why, boss, of course. Alexander Hartwell, at your service. He'll extend his hand.
Marcus will take it and shake it. Marcus Irons, of Clan Ventru of the Order Dracul.
Oh, well, if we're doing the formal introductions, where are my manners? Alexander Hartwell of the Clan Riquette, an initiate of the soul. A pleasure to meet you, brother.
And to answer your question, and I'm actually quite surprised you're even aware of such a thing, yes, I've had words with Constantine,
Oh,
and
no.
things were decided.
I must beg your pardon, dear sir. No. It's not anything that you've said. It's something that you possess that to me is as obvious as the sun being out in the middle of the night.
It isn't too long back that I actually got to see the sun. Frightfully scorching thing, I have to say. But anyways, all right, you can look at it, but I won't give it out
No.
the hand.
I do beg your pardon, sir. You quite misunderstand me. No. Where are my terrible manners? Terrible manners. I do apologize. I am Master Constantine's child. What you have is of no great interest to me in terms of what it is. I'm also looking for the individual who made it.
Well, he told me that he would be in touch with me. I guess if you want, I could give you a contact detail and let you know when he appears, but he didn't really say where he was staying or what exactly he's doing.
Oh, no, absolutely. I quite understand. My apologies if I've disrupted your gathering. I must beg all of your forgivenesses.
Okay, guys, feel free.
If you're gonna fight, can you at least take it outside?
Oh, why would we do a silly thing like that?
I don't think they're gonna fight.
No. I'm more in the mood for a nice, relaxed evening, if nobody would mind.
Once again, I do beg your pardon.
No reason to excuse yourself. You haven't done anything wrong. You're fine. Take a deep breath. I guess sit down. Are you new to the city?
Oh yes, I was summoned here for my special talents. It was requested. I was rather honored.
Interesting. I take it by Constantine himself.
That'd be correct. We haven't seen eye to eye in a few decades. He left me, shall we say, we had a disagreement in Munich, and unfortunately, you know how sire and child are. However, he has now found a most interesting quarry here that both he and I are reputed to hunt, and I quite look forward to the process again.
Well, be warned, there are some pretty old ones around, and he'll signal with the index for the new fellow to come closer, so that he can whisper something into his ear.
Leans in.
And he just very gently says, "The last one I encountered had possessed a living human being."
Oh, that's fascinating. Sorry, would you mind if I take notes?
No, but try to keep it down. You know how those things are.
Oh,
As
yes,
Chloe's
but...
watching.
Oh, sorry, you continue.
No, I was just saying, as Chloe's watching, like curious.
He will denote something in a notebook that he removes from his breast pocket. Yes, but they are as they are. But then again, they're nothing to be afraid of. It's just a matter of learning how to deal with them and counter them.
Yeah.
They're not...
Well, the gold and silver coins didn't work diddly squat with that one. So that was annoying.
Where are my manners? He'll turn to the rest of the group and offer a hand. Alexander Hartwell, a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Julian kind of gestures his head and will simply say, "Pleased to meet you." Yes. He looks at him a bit funny. And never would assume Constantine would, quote-unquote, have children.
Oh, I'm the youngest. There are many. But then again, he's been active for quite a long time, and, well, these things do happen. But then again, I think I'm the last. I was embraced in about 1920 or so. And who is this ravishing young creature? He will say as he clicks his heels and offers his hand to Charlie.
Charlie will take the hand and go, well, sir, my name is Charlie Barnett of Clan Deva. I currently align myself with the Lankea. I suppose it is our responsibility to welcome you to this city.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you. I must admit that I am so pleased with your welcome. He will lean down and he will kiss the hand.
She will just smile and take it.
Then soon look over to the smaller one, as he'll state, and he looks at him and goes, I could smell you're one of us, but never seen you before.
Charlie will nudge Damien and go, that's you.
Oh, yeah, Damien. I already did all this, Damien.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm lost in thought.
Hmm.
That's fine, Julian. There's a lot on everybody's thoughts these nights.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, how's your circus gonna deal with this? Mainforth can't be happy.
Sorry, could you repeat that? You just mad cut out there.
Julian said, so yeah, how are your people dealing with this? Baneforth can't be happy.
Charlie will stop herself, take a deep breath, as if she's recalculating what she wants to say, and go, I cannot speak for the current emotional state of my sire, but I can at least say for myself, once again, things happen, choices were made, choices are going to continue being made, and we will just learn to deal with whatever comes.
So be it. And he'll look over to Damien and say, who you're allied with?
With the groups, the weird cults. No, I'm not with any of them.
Then who are you with?
I'm with me.
One
Rather
of-
admirably said.
He nods to that. How's that? There's no rule that you have to be part of any group. So.
Yeah.
And you hail said, where your family from?
Oh yeah, yeah, we're locals. Bro. I'm out from Hackney.
I mean, where does your blood come from?
Oh, Gangrel. Yeah.
He nods and again kind of focuses more intently on you and audibly smells in your direction.
Oh my.
Fellas, if you want to do what you fellows like to do, I would recommend to take that behind the bar. There is a bit of a small park if you want to,
This one
That is stereotyping. That is cultural appropriation. I will not tolerate that.
And Julia gets up a sour look when he says that. Yeah, I guess I only get one. I guess.
That is deeply disconcerting.
Yeah, cultural appropriation's no joke.
Marcus just looks at everyone as if he wasn't understanding the world anymore.
Charlie's got a small smile.
Alexander has a look of horror.
So
I would actually like to make a counter argument. If cultures didn't take elements, you wouldn't have a development of cultures in different places through the very effect of them rubbing against each other. The English wouldn't be this mix of Anglo-Saxon, Norman, French, and other things if it weren't for cultural mixing. And I would also like to say, Damien, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to insult you or your culture. Frankly, I find the Anglo culture very interesting.
I'm just rustling your jimmies.
Are you having a laugh, lad? And you'll sort of gently, not okay, maybe not quite so gently nudge him on the shoulder, but in an affectionate way.
I said what I said because outside of Hunter, none. And then he looked over to Chloe. Then again, I haven't asked you yet, Chloe.
What's up?
So no one respects. So nobody seems to be in agreement of the old ways with the gang ball. Alley Cat and Victor don't practice them.
That's how I was raised. Was the old ways.
I barely even know the new ways.
You'll learn them quick if you want to survive in the city.
Uh-huh.
You'll learn any
Well-
ways if you want to survive in the city.
And by the way, welcome to the madhouse. You've literally just walked into a goddamn civil war, son.
He
Yeah,
knows. He
I've been there.
knows. Yeah, we've been there. He knows.
Okay, good.
Yeah. By the way, you were gonna, show me the phone, the recording.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So this is a recording I took during the last Elysium. Mind you, the very, very last part, or the mosh pit of doom, as I like to call it, I elegantly managed to get around. So here, and he'll press play, and the scene from Banefall setting up the the message that they got, putting on speakers.
I watched the scene today, so
Exactly.
I know which one you're talking about.
So that scene, it plays through about in the last third. There is no more camera, but you can still hear it from beside his leg, the audio, and especially that one moment where the Keeper of Elysium pretty much snaps. And then, of course, the threat of nailing Joshua to the wall, and the Carthians can be heard from the distance coming in, and that's about the point where the video stops.
She's giggling.
Exactly as Marcus said, and that was the point where I decided that retreat was the better part of valor.
I bet. And Chloe's giggling like she's really excited, and she's like, "Yes."
Charlie's just got like a very concerned and very tired expression.
I'm curious, Miss, why is it that you seem to be so excited about what seems to have been a rather calamitous affair?
Because I'm Carthian, and I voted for Verve.
I have no idea for the context of these statements.
We are entering a very bloody conflict, and Verve will be heading the Carthians in it.
Who in the world is Verve? And what exactly did happen? I was long gone.
Oh,
I don't know what's there.
Which bit? Are you talking about after everybody left? Or are we talking about in general? Like, a lot happened. You're going to have to be a little more specific with.
I left when Farthingale calmed down the Keeper and Constantine.
Oh my, you missed the best part. Sorry to say it, friend.
I don't know it's going to be a best part. As far as it's been on the wind, the Invictus are basically declaring full-on war on the Carthaginians and Lycaea, two of some of the strongest covenants in the city that we are technically associated with. So,
Oh my.
It's not like we weren't planning to do some assistance, but it seems that this declaration has become more than just simply "I'm going to hit you really hard."
I'm sure the Kurgile will come up with the correct and appropriate means of moving forward.
Definitely. And in the meantime, I'll see what I can find out. At least for myself, at the Sworn of the Mysteries, since I've recently been sworn in. That did come a little bit unexpected, but not unwelcome.
I still remember my own swearing as if it were yesterday. It was a very long time ago, but it was almost like it was yesterday.
So, did you? I thought the dying light and the axe came to you.
Seems I had been slightly misinformed. It was actually the axe and the mysteries.
And he nods to that. I honestly thought they would have been a better choice than you than the dying light.
I got to get a good look at the leader of the axe. An imposing figure, to say the least, and although, of course, he had himself perfectly under control, I could positively taste his frustration that I hadn't chosen the axe. However, I was assured that there wouldn't be any negative consequences of my choice.
That's typically not the way.
Normally isn't.
But I'm surprised he's upset. Mutai would be the one that'd be upset since she leads. But
Then again, I've got barely my first winter behind me, so sorry if I'm not totally savvy to every little aspect yet.
Oh, if it helps, it gets easier. I'm led to. It does. Yes. My apologies. I've been introduced to. Beg your pardon, sir. Didn't I see you in the paper? He'll say, looking at Julian.
you probably did.
Yeah. Interesting. He will extend a hand to Chloe because he's the only one who hasn't. He hasn't, and Damien. So he'll extend his hand to Chloe first. Delighted to meet you.
Pleasure. And holds out her hand.
He will do the thing again where he clicks his heels and will go to kiss the hand. I'm not sure how a character would feel about that.
She probably doesn't know how to feel. Her hands are rough. They're calloused. Probably a little dirty. And you can see the faint shape of claws. They're not out, but they're there. Pleasure. Chloe
Pleasure.
Brothers.
Delightful. Alexander Hartwell. And you are Damien. I did overhear your name. A pleasure to meet you, sir.
Yeah, pleasure.
He
Don't
will shake
understand
your
any of
hand.
the words you said, but how are you?
Oh, I'm quite fine, thank you. When he shakes, there's a lot of strength there. Shake, shake.
Shake, shake.
It would seem as though I've bimbled into the city at a most opportune or inopportune moment.
Marcus starts noting something down on a piece of paper, then hands it to him. My contact details.
Delightful.
And may I have your number or some form that I could contact you?
Oh, absolutely, of course. He will provide the number.
Thank you, so that I can actually call you if something comes up.
Yes, I unfortunately, as I said, I went into the sleep non-voluntarily, I assure you. There was an altercation. But I've only been cognizant again for a few months, so I'm still relearning.
Sorry, I wasn't aware that you had just gotten out of torpor. How are you adjusting? You know, how are you finding it?
Well, Back to the Future made promises that it did not carry out on.
True.
But yes, I went to torpor in the late 80s, so I've been asleep for about 20 years. Yes.
Oh, good lord, I was a young man back then. Mind you. It's probably better that I don't have the mullet from back then.
I was going to say, I'm surprised I haven't seen at least one person with a mullet.
Careful though. If you ever plan to visit Australia, you'll see plenty.
Oh, they're
Wow.
back home too.
Chloe will speak up. By the way, where is home for you, Charlie? I'm hearing your accent.
Oh, I'm from Memphis.
Oh, thank God you're from the.
Is that supposed to mean something?
Yes, it's finally glad to actually see another American here.
Oh, where are you from?
Boston. And her accent changes from like this mix of English and another accent to pure Bostonian.
Oh my
Boy,
God. This
You've
is
been
so
lying to
exciting.
me all the time. I feel offended.
never
He
asked.
says it with he says it a fake irony.
You never asked.
Oh, no,
Like,
no,
say
it's
this
fine.
to Jake,
It's
like,
fine.
you never asked.
I bet nobody can guess from where my mum's from.
Oh man, didn't we just talk about this last time? No, we didn't.
You know what? One gold and one silver coin for the kindred who can guess it right.
I'm so tempted to read your mind.
With don't you dare, sir. I am a Ventru after all. We don't take kindly to such things.
I actually do have to read. If this is is this subtle, or are you aware of it?
Then again, I would say even your guy would realize that saying something like that and then trying to attempt it just might piss off the Ventru. You know, them liking being in control and all. Without cheating. Just good old-fashioned figuring it out. Or guessing.
With uncanny perception, it would not be noticed. But if you actually try to physically read his mind and just about him, yes, that's a perception of Will's.
Well, I was going to say, lay open the mind is what I would try to do.
Yeah. No, that would be a contest of Will's if he actually did that. You'd be better off using uncanny perception without him noticing, because I could still give the same answer. Well,
He doesn't care that much.
Charlie will basically pull up Facebook and look up Marcus.
Good luck. Marcus hasn't been on social media since basically social media became a thing.
He's
She's
got a
so-
Debo.
Okay, so look on MySpace.
somebody's desperate. You have to be somewhere in here.
You know what? Marcus.irons 65 at
Rocket Mail at Rocket Mail.
at Rocket Mail.
What song does it autoplay?
Uh,
What song does it autoplay?
Just a sec. Carry On Wayward Son by
Yes!
Kansas.
Charlie will kind of like snort and then like show her phone over to Damien.
Slides over and takes a pee. He's like,
as the music's
That's
probably just
unfortunate.
listening automatically.
Yep. Oh, I've forgotten that I had that one.
No,
Oh,
no,
man.
it's wow. Your MySpace is really nice. You clearly did a lot of work on it. I can respect that.
I'm 45 years old. I know I'm a fossil.
Yeah, we could tell from the camera angles. You like hold the camera at eye level.
No, if you do
I'm
it
just
up
gonna
a little,
say, hang on.
too, swimming.
Blink slowly in 110 years old. Continue with life.
Oh my god.
You know what? Everyone even gets 3 guesses. I'm
Oh.
feeling generous tonight.
Oh no, I don't care about what everything you're doing now. I have this.
You know
She's
what?
fully entertained over here.
Yeah.
You
I-
should have
you
like
know
a
what?
projector at the circus, right? Like a big projector. Just saying.
I mean, I could ask Rodendale to set something up.
Some
Yeah.
home cinema.
We do have a room for that.
We actually used to have that back in the barracks. Then again, you know, captain's privileges. So I was able to smuggle one in. It's good fun and better for your. Never mind.
I packed bags at Tesco.
By the way, Damien, is that just some kind of trash chic you're trying to go there, or you know?
My mom bought me this shirt.
In what decade?
Look, I'm overdue a visit to Primark, but my mom bought me this shirt.
Fair enough. It has sentimental value for you. Makes sense. Mhm. Well, if you ever need more, you know, just hit me up.
You propositioning me?
He. You know what? Marcus slowly, very deliberately looks him up and down. Sorry, mate. You're not my type.
Now that's just
Oh.
rude. Damien is absolutely adorable. And she'll kind of
He
like
is, but I'd feel like a cradle robber.
Looks on in 110 years old.
Nah, forget it. No good deed goes unpunished. Got it. Ugh. Then again, knowing Farthingdale, he'd probably have a sermon about that.
I
It'd
mean,
probably be quite good, but still.
if you're really wanting to have that, I can like send him a message and tell him you two need to have a conversation about
About
age
what?
gaps.
So I'm still feeling new to this shit. What's new? We've got bigger problems to deal with.
Oh, definitely. I assume we are all here to actively ignore said problems.
Yeah. So, do any of you folks play poker?
It's been a little bit. But it's just like riding a bike.
I mean, since nothing else is really happening and nobody has taken me up on the wager, might
Alright, how
as
about
well.
this? Yorkshire? Right? That's a place? She's guessing.
Yes, and very cold.
Damn it!
You have got 2 more.
Can I ask for a clarifying point?
Okay, because you're new to the city.
No, I'm curious about this little game we're playing. Does the place she was born in still exist?
Yes.
South Africa.
Slightly less cold than the other one, but still cold. No.
Sydney, Australia.
Cold.
Damn it!
Where does it start with?
I.
I don't think that narrows it down. I think that just makes it look longer.
Now, is the I like the country in general, or is it like the specific place in the country?
No. The country itself. Anything else would be really unfair.
I mean, going for the obvious thing here, was it Ireland?
Cold.
Is it Israel?
Warmer, but no.
India?
Getting colder again.
Damn
No.
it!
Sorry, you're out.
Yep, I'm out.
But a valiant effort.
Egypt.
It starts with an I.
Oh, that's an I.
About as warm as Israel, but no.
Iraq?
That's what I said.
Bingo.
Oh!
Oh.
Yeah. She was an Iraqi. Came over in the mid-60s. Met my father, and here I stand. So yeah, you could say some of my roots are in a land between two rivers. And as promised, and Marcus produces one genuine gold doubloon and one genuine silver penny. There you go. I'm a man of my word.
Charlie just kind of like looks at him and is like, I have no value of these, but will smile politely and go, "Thank you very much," and tuck them into her back pocket.
If nothing else, that should be more than enough coinage for the ferryman. For those who believe in such things.
I appreciate upon my death you giving me the equivalent of a bus ticket. I don't know what this means for our friendship. Should I be concerned now?
Nah.
No, far from it. It's like having the bullet that has your name engraved on it. You'll be fine. Actually, you've been given more than a bus ticket for the afterlife. If I remember the original price correctly, it would be 2 silver coins. So you can actually give that guy a hefty tip.
Give him the silver, and then if you desperately need to get the hell out, give him the gold.
I mean, tipping is very important.
Or if you've got a mate who desperately needs to cast himself, 2 wedding rings, there you go. An Italian mate of mine had to do that. Oh, those Italians.
Charlie, I guess of note, Charlie actually does have like a wedding ring on a chain around her neck. And she'll just kind of be like, if I ever need a ring, I think I'm good. But I appreciate
fuck it, I'm doing this. Hey, Charlie.
Yes?
Let me make a quick roll.
Are you doing the thing?
I am, in fact, doing the thing.
Charlie, roll your resolve plus blood.
No. He's not doing that thing. He's doing other actions.
Oh my god. Wow, that escalated quickly.
No, he's too curious not to. Wow, he only gets one success, but he needs one success. Hey, Charlie.
Yes.
So, what emotion comes over you when you look at that ring around your neck?
It is a sense of calm and love. Like oh gosh, I'm forgetting the word.
Unconditional?
Yes, like just unconditional love.
Would you say it's more of a, when you say love, is it more of a familial love?
Yes.
Excellent. He kind of just nods his head as he has identified your touchstone. Continue. Or one of them, I think.
She'll just kind of like give him a, or is this obvious at all?
It isn't.
No.
Cool. Then she will do absolutely nothing.
Auspex in this game is like one of the most subtle ass powers.
It is. I just wanted to add, sort of as that topic comes up, Marcus unconsciously goes to his left trouser pocket as if he was checking on something. He's not really hiding it since he's doing it unconsciously.
Chloe's just looking around at everybody.
So, yeah. Everyone okay? Damien? And anything I could do to have you slightly less on edge? Want a drink?
Are you even old enough to drink?
Maybe. Yes.
Maybe? Yes? Are you sure?
What would you like?
I don't want anything. I'm happy to listen.
Okay. That's fine by me.
I mean, apparently I need a new shirt.
No, your shirt is fine.
No. What I just said was, if you wanted ever a change of wardrobe or needed one, I might have some stuff that I could pass on. That's all. Without you throwing anything away. He adds very poignantly.
Why would I throw stuff?
Marcus, you're confusing the youngling.
I am a youngling.
Well, shut up. Oh, God. I just realized I'm probably one of the oldest people in this group right now.
Laughs in 110.
I mean,
Besides you took a nap. Probably multiple.
No, he's only napped once, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Hmm. So, when you take the long nap, do you dream?
Well, you see, I didn't take a nap per se. I was driven into a nap.
all right, did you dream?
Yes.
Did you have nightmares? I would assume that would probably be a side effect of the forceful torturing.
Not overly.
Huh. Interesting.
And you don't have to answer this. I recognize this is a little intrusive. What happened to where you were, let's say, given a nap?
Oh, a Strix tried to murder me.
I am so terribly sorry that happened to you. How did that get resolved?
I set it on fire.
Goodwin looks a little confused as he just said the word straight up.
Yeah. Chloe's turning towards the bar. I need a drink.
Excuse me, fellow, but do you think it's really that smart saying their names that
Oh, the names
loudly?
Their names have absolutely no metaphysical connection to them that I've been able to ascertain. It's just a silly superstition.
Oh, speaking
Um,
of,
I
That's
have
like the
to
I
Lord.
need a drink.
It's like the
disagree.
Lord who should not be named. You don't name him. Come on. This is like a one.
Uh,
Even I know this.
The first time I encountered them is when I mentioned a name that was in association with them. I thought it was a silly, stupid superstition until in Alley Cat's Haven it showed up. If it wouldn't have been for her quick thinking, I would have been Owl Chow.
Remember, Mr. Irons, my particular bloodline have specialized in the slaying of these monsters since, well, the pharaohs ruled the Nile. I have no fear of them, and frankly, if you give them the ability to weaponize the fear that they may possess, well, that's one more arsenal, that's one more tool in their arsenal, that's one more trick of their trade. The fact is that they have divided and terrified you. They're already winning.
since we're on the topic of our feathered friends,
Our feathered enemies, more like.
yeah, but that doesn't have the nice alliteration. Give me a break here.
Fair.
I feel like it might be a little important to note that they may have been chilling out after Elysium got a little too bloody.
Oh, you think that this war is a coincidence?
I'm
That's
sorry.
This war has been orchestrated more than likely by these entities and individuals. It's their modus operandi. Divide and conquer.
Yeah, they're an interesting bunch.
Now, here is something I was never quite sure of. Would it be possible for them to, how should I say, piggyback a ride on a kindred,
Yes.
but not ride the kindred per se? In other words, letting the kindred still have their own agency, thoughts, etc.
That's absolutely terrifying. Let's not think about that.
I can answer. Well, there are physical symptoms, as I'm sure you are aware of, as it pertains the interaction with these individuals. These physical symptoms are themselves absolute, though they only come out under very certain circumstances and in very certain ways. So, in theory, it's possible, but the individual in question would have to, I don't know, never look at themselves in a mirror.
Charlie's just kind of got like a face of like, oh man, I brought up this topic and I probably shouldn't have.
Julie will look over at Charlie and goes, "Why are you looking concerned?"
You know, this is just, maybe it's one of those things where even if we talk about it, they show up.
Oh, that would be lovely. It would mean that I'd have less tracking to do.
Well,
It, however, could be disastrous for the human beings around us.
That's why it more than likely won't strike here, Mr. Irons. The simple fact of the matter is that it would more than likely circuitously enter this domicile or building, interact with us either through a proxy or physical counterpart, then it would strike one by one us as we leave. You have to understand, they don't act in large public spaces because they don't want to. They are solitary predators who will strike us one by one by one.
You said you were Mr. Constantine's child, isn't that right?
Correct.
And you mentioned you were hunting an individual of certain interest, did you not?
I beg your pardon, madam.
You mentioned you were going after a target of particular interest to y'all, didn't you?
A target of interest. You'll have to be more precise.
I'm just curious, like, you were called here. Why? Like, okay, you were called here because, and she'll do like a wing flapping motion because of that.
Quite so.
But is it just because of them in general? Or are you looking for any particular one?
I was informed that I should come here in order to aid my sire, though, as I said, myself and my sire don't necessarily see eye to eye on certain matters. I believe these entities need to be studied, need to be understood, need to be put under the microscope, as it were. He believes they simply need to be destroyed. It was a point of ethical, shall we say, congruency between us both. And so now it is I rather suspect this hunt might be to mend hurt feelings and rebuild bridges. Either that, or he just has to admit the fact he's over his head again.
Out of
Cool,
interest,
cool.
out of curiosity, roughly a month back, I was studying the history of my clan, and there was a mention of the birds of Juno. Does that ring any bells at your end?
The birds of Juno.
They were supposedly there when Troy fell, and Aeneas and his fellows, at least so the story goes, fled across the Mediterranean.
Well, that could mean any number of things, but yes, they have been reputed to take on many different physical forms. If you were to contemplate that as such, it's innately possible.
Especially the fact that they were described as owls.
One moment. You see him kind of tap his temple, at which point you'll see for a brief moment his eyes go entirely like slate black before they change back as he just glances around the room. If it helps, there are none of them in this building, so we're free to talk. I should have probably done that a little while ago.
You think? Okay.
They can't hide from us very easily.
That's a nifty trick. Is that just a maquette trick, or
more specifically, it is a sacred art, but I can't really go into much more detail than that.
Bloodline discipline? I see. My, this night is full of surprises.
You know, I'm not sure I'm supposed to really mention this, but it's been bothering me for a while. There's like a kindred possessed by an owl in the Archons.
What?
And Chloe just spins in her chair.
There, you see, literally, it looks like that. What? No, I can describe this to you, Charlie. Hey, Charlie.
Yes.
You know the look Wrong Hordak gives when he learns how to wink.
Oh no!
There you go.
Okay.
That's interesting to know. And question: if you've known this for, it seems like forever, since you were so bold enough to just scream it out right now, why haven't you told anybody sooner?
Because I wasn't sure if I should or not. And the fact that Constantine, who definitely knows about it, didn't say anything to his kid. And then we're talking about all this owl stuff. And then, like, I didn't tell any of y'all this, but I had a run-in with one my first time in the city.
I'll take this, and Chloe is just going to look at the bartender and hold up 4 fingers.
And I kind of got, and she'll kind of like tap her eyes and say, well, I looked in a mirror, so.
Please don't tell me that the reason why you brought up that example because it happened to you.
Wonderful. How thoroughly wonderful.
I can guarantee you, if you're somebody like me, come fresh into the city, not expecting anything, and then you're confronted with the closest thing to a Cthulhian horror that I've ever come across, something so malignant that I can only describe it as devilish, then by all means.
There are far more Cthulhuid things that lurk in the darkness than that.
I didn't need to know that. I'm gonna have nightmares.
Chloe, we talked for a little bit.
What?
And Okay. You know what? I'm doing an executive decision right here, and everyone stay put. Marcus goes to the barkeep, seems to be giving him quite a few £1,000 notes, and the barkeep just nods as he gives him a key, and he just gestures to all of them. All of you, to the poker room now.
Chloe's immediately up and walking, and she gets up close to Marcus and whispers like, "I should have stayed with the fucking wolves. I should have stayed on my fucking mission. What did I come home to?"
I don't know. I just found the world already on fire. I'm trying to douse the goddamn flames, at least the ones on the periphery.
Is there a bar in the poker room?
No.
Damn it.
Don't worry. Don't worry. We can have drinks brought up, but sorry guys, but this is important. Let's and he'll just almost hand wave, like the people in. Go. Then once everyone's in, he will just lock. Okay. Yeah. Julian, please be an awesome fellow and check the door.
As in that it's locked? As he kind of wiggles at the door, proving that it's locked.
Not that it's locked, but if you feel any presences.
Oh.
Like maybe not this maquette, but another maquette.
Okay.
Might try, maybe something.
Well, if they don't have obfuscate, I can tell you right now, I can hear everything in this goddamn building to the minute detail.
See, that's already better than I can. Okay. Everyone take a deep breath. Okay. Good to know. If anyone else has got any information that they would like to share, I think now would be the time. And you know what? I'll even start. So the last time I encountered one, and I was told that it was a particularly old one, was when I was down in the underground with a good associate of mine. We had come to an understanding, and I had uplifted her. At that very moment, it showed up. I think I hadn't realized before, probably because we weren't walking past enough mirrored places. But basically, I just uplifted her. Then the person had come. I could feel it. This wasn't a kindred. This was a human. But then the eyes, that orange flicker, and after that, it started pursuing us, and almost would have got me on the side, but my then childer engaged it. The only way I can describe what it did was I saw some light emanating from my childer. It's as if it was, for the lack of a better word, trying to drink her soul, at which point I had to kill the person to chase that goddamn monstrosity away. I feel awfully sorry for the woman, but it was either I did something and somebody died, or I didn't do something and somebody died. Yeah. But yes, against that older thing, I threw silver and gold coins in front of it, hoping that some sort of effect would happen, but nothing. It just made fun of me and saying that I seemed to be particularly desperate. Fucking arsehole wasn't too far from the truth.
I will say fire is pretty universal. The other things are hit and miss.
Yes, I had a freshly uplifted kindred on my hands. Yeah, you understand.
Uplifted. That's not a term I've ever heard used to describe the siring process.
Well, it wasn't a siring in the classical sense that I grabbed some poor schmuck, drained them of all their lifeblood, and then fed them my vitae. No, that process took something out of me. I merely had to, I guess you would say, I had to break off a shard of my soul, put it in the vitae, and let her drink. And after that, I felt it. She was a Ventru. She was my child.
Fascinating. I beg your pardon, Charlie. That was the name, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Would you mind terribly if I looked over the events that you spoke of?
I mean, you can. I can just tell you about it too.
Details are important.
Respecting other people's private sphere is as well.
That's why I'm asking permission. If you're not comfortable, by all means, I will refrain.
I mean, no disrespect. I don't know you that well, and we're kind of in the middle of a civil war, and I don't know you, and I'm kind of getting a little paranoid about people. So I would prefer it if we could just talk this out instead of you doing that thing. Anything you can ask your sire about it a little later, I guess.
No, that's fair. When I eventually track him down.
But
Come to London is not exactly exact with an address, you know.
that's very fair. But what happened was, my little sister had taken me out, and we were like meeting a bunch of people, and then we're walking through a park, and there's like some weird black puddle on the ground. So of course I'm like, I'm gonna go poke this thing, and hey, it's an owl. And it starts like sucking face on my little sister, like literally sucking her face. But and I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, I don't really know what's happening. And I'm trying to like talk to this thing and be like, can you please stop that? And it did eventually stop. And then we just started talking, and it said its name was the sun. Yeah, no, it gave itself a name. I don't know if that was information y'all had or not, but they do have names. And it told me some other stuff, but that's not really relevant to y'all right now. And yeah, we just kind of talked. And then once we were done talking, like everything kind of went back to normal, and it went back under its bridge. And I looked at my little sister, and she like flipped out and ran away. So I was like, I don't understand what's happening here. And I went to go sleep in a bathroom stall. And when I looked in the mirror, like the eyes were yellow, but I was in control. And then I started getting hunted down by a bunch of people because, you know, the whole owl thing. And yeah, no, one of the people hunting me down also had yellow eyes, and he was very angry when I pointed that out. And then I ran through some fire, and I kind of blacked out at that point. And then I went back to the owl and asked for help because I didn't really know where else to go. And I can't believe I didn't tell anybody this. And then like I'm kind of chilling out in the Owl's Haven, and I wake up tied up in like a psych ward looking place. And Constantine walks in, and then he like pulls something out of me called like, I think it's called a child. I don't really know, but he fixed me, which is great, and I really appreciate that.
Oh, do you happen to have an address?
No,
No.
but yeah, that was my first night in the city. Or I guess it was the first, the second, and the third. And then the third night was also the circus.
You can been through a lot.
But yeah, I just didn't tell anybody because I was like, oh, I'm
But,
not sure.
understandable. Okay, yeah, that makes total sense. At least good to know that you can apparently exorcise them, at least out of kindred.
Oh, it was like a whole thing. He like pulled something out of my eyes. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, that's a detail I noticed. What you were saying about sucking face, it was trying to drink your little sister's breath.
But
and
yeah, that happened.
And I'm pretty sure also Fear of the Soul, yeah. You know, like in those bad, cheesy 80s horror movies.
Maybe I don't really know. I haven't really gotten the opportunity to do a lot of research on it because stuff did not stop happening after that point.
That's true.
Hello. Who's joined us?
No, if Constantine didn't kill you, at least means that you're clean for the most part.
I mean, it wasn't a bad conversationalist. To be like, I've had worse conversations with things that are less objectively evil, apparently.
Oh man, just because it's evil doesn't mean it can't speak properly.
Indeed. On the side of, hey Terry, is that you?
Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
You have a new picture for your thinking about.
Yeah, no, I'm on my phone, so it's a different picture.
Kingston upon Thames. The group of kindred are currently locked in a poker room talking about Strix. Yeah.
Oh, I do beg your pardon, Miss Brothers. That was your name, yes?
Yes.
Would you do me a small favor?
Looks over.
Hello.
Yes. Hi.
Since I find myself rather destitute, unfortunately, due to various different mismanagements, etc., if your covenant are interested, because obviously the entities in question are a threat to all of us, I am able to provide weapons that are a surefire way to deal with them. He points towards Marcus. This individual can attest to their effectiveness.
Marcus will just put up a finger just a sec, and he opens the sports bag, and he produces. I just wanted to. Yeah.
Oh, the rest of
Never mind. Yeah. So he produces his shadow sword that just seems to be made literally of shadow stuff, and yet has a certain solidity to it that is just uncanny. Yeah, I've been able to impale, drive away, and hurt not only the owls, but also a different spirit entity with this. They work, and they're very sharp, I have to say. I barely put my finger there, and I'd already had it cut.
Yes, they'll also do true damage to kindred as well, but that's beside the point. But if your movement are interested, I am quite happy to supply them for a nominal fee.
I'll talk to Verve.
Did I mention they will cut kindred? Like
they
that.
cut kindred very well. That's true.
I will definitely make sure to mention it to Verve. And she's like rubbing her temples as she's listening to everybody just chat about this.
I've been sitting on this the whole fucking time.
Does Baneforth even know about this?
Which part?
Finally, we know something before Baneforth does.
Holy
Yes.
shit. And she kind of perks up like that. Holy shit. That's
well,
right.
I didn't tell him everything, but he did know I got possessed by an owl.
It still counts. Looking at Marcus.
It still counts, and he gives her a fist bump.
Fist bump.
Oh yeah, I get to meet Izzy. Hi, Terry.
Hi.
Do you want to come in and be Izzy?
Yeah.
I think just a sec, everyone, and I'll go and check what other kindred has entered the bar. And Marcus will leave, and a few steps later, Dr. Isabella Mauro will see Marcus Irons. Oh, hi.
Hi. What are you doing here?
It's Ordo territory. I have every right to be here.
I didn't say you didn't. I just put hi.
Hey, we're having a bit of a shindig upstairs, talking about interesting stuff. Actually, come to think of it, please follow me. Yeah, some of your coterie mates are up there as well.
Oh, all right.
Charlie, and he'll lead her up. Everyone, for who has not yet met her, may I introduce Dr. Isabella Mauro, formerly of the Order Dracul, now of the Lancashire et Sanctum.
Yeah, let's not go through that right now.
Rough night.
Rough month.
Rough existence.
Did y'all have that conference already with the reporters?
Why are we talking to reporters?
You've seen the news, right?
Well, yeah. Why are we talking to them?
Okay, that answers that question.
I'm so confused. Chloe's
Okay,
just
so,
rubbing her temples.
good sir, could you please introduce yourself to her and what your business in the city is? She's also one of the individuals who Constantine gave a shadow weapon to.
Oh, how wonderful. So delighted to meet you, my dear. The bigger picture steps forward. He will offer a hand.
Oh. She'll shake his hand.
Oh, he doesn't shake. He clicks his heels and he goes to kiss the hand.
That's weird. But okay.
I will point out, he does look vaguely anachronistic, like as in his clothing is quite badly out of date, etc.
Also weird. Isabel Mara.
A pleasure to
Who are
make
you?
your acquaintance. Where are my terrible manners? Alexander Hartwell. Maquette. The childer of the dear Mr. Constantine, who I'm led to understand many of you hold in such high regard.
Huh. Yeah. Haven't seen him around lately, though.
I'm led to understand he's still here.
He's definitely in the city. He was at the Elysium, and he let me know that he'd be in touch with me.
Wonderful. Well, I shall definitely look forward to my tear-filled reuniting with my papa. But it is a pleasure to meet you, Doctor. A doctor of...
Veterinary.
Ah, how very interesting. I'm well. I was a medical doctor myself.
Are you not anymore? Did you
I
forget?
I have different pursuits now.
Hmm.
They occupy my nights. But yes, this London is such an interesting city. So full of vim and vigor.
Did I? Okay, wait, Isabel. Did I ever tell you and Joshua about the full owl thing?
What do you mean the full owl thing?
All right, and she'll like give finger guns to Chloe and Marcus, and be like, "That confirms it. Y'all knew the full story before they did."
Actually
Well,
goes
well-
for a high five.
Okay. Which full owl thing?
About that time I got possessed by an owl and then almost got killed. And then almost got killed again at the Siege of the Circus.
Well, Joshua told me about the first one, and then I was there for the second one.
Okay. Cool.
You all seem to lead such very interesting lives.
You can call it that.
Comes with the job.
Yeah, a job we got shanghaied into, I say.
Oh, I was
Well-
referring to being a performer, but yeah, that too.
I just wanted to, to call a spade a spade. That's all.
So, how you feel about the decoration, Morrow?
Hmm? What decoration?
I think, the one where the city wants to come out and kill your friends.
Oh, declaration?
Yes, that one.
Oh, I don't know if you heard Joshua was blood hunted.
Oh, yeah. No, I know about all that.
Everyone and their Gould's Petratus heard that one. Yeah.
Does it matter how I feel about it?
Oh, I'm just curious. They're not as safe, so maybe I'm being a bit pessimistic, but never mind. So, there's no need to talk about it.
But hey, I'm happy to see that you're in good stead.
I can play games too.
I thought you never wanted to play.
Doesn't mean I don't know how to.
Mm.
Am I sensing some kind of deep-seated sexual tension?
Absolutely not.
I think at that point Marcus just completely spurts over the thing, and yeah. Good lord, man! I'm trying to drink here.
Chloe chuckles at him.
I think this is an excellent time for that game of poker you were talking about.
I think so too. I agree with Charlie.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are playing Texas Hold'em. The minimum thing is, and out of character, if all are cool with that, I think this could be a nice point for us to call it, unless there's more you would like to talk about.
There are several pieces of information that I have garnered here this evening that I must thank you all for. They may prove invaluable. Dr. Morrow, you said you were a practitioner of veterinary medicine.
I am.
I may have a project that I would require help on if you would be interested.
Possibly. What do you got?
We'll have a conversation about it another evening. Here is my card.
Thanks.
You're welcome. There you go. I'm done now.
You have a phone?
Yes. It has his phone number on it, which is why I gave you his card.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus is shuffling cards and starting, delivering them.
Chloe sits down at the table, finishes her drink, goes, okay, let's do this.
Right. Do we just want to play for the bragging rights, or would the ladies and gentlemen like to put some cold hard cash on the table?
I actually should be heading out. Some people I should talk to before the night becomes dawn. Before the night becomes dawn. Yeah, can't talk.
Good night, Julian.
No.
You take care, big brother. And with that, Julian leaves. Anyways, and he'll start laying out a game of poker.
I don't particularly have anything else.
Anyone else anything to declare?
Besides Chloe's head hurting? No.
All right. With that, so as the kindred settle down for a nice, friendly game of poker, the camera slowly moves out of the room, out of the bar, slowly turning towards the sky. The moon is out. Everything seems to be in peace in Kingston. And in the distance, just quickly flitting over the moon, is that the silhouette of an owl? Who knows? But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to simply say thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. See you next time.
Bye.
Why do you have a copy of Bishop's thingy